Okay, welcome everyone to another one of my tutorials. I'm going to switch up here and I'm going to do a tutorial in Photoshop CS6 extended 64-bit version. That's what I'm using. Adobe Photoshop CS6 64-bit, the extended version, which has a timeline for it does some video. You can do some video with it. But anyway, what I'm going to show you is how to make a circular animated circular profile image for your Google Plus page. And I'm going to show you the steps to go through that, and it's fairly simple. I'm just going to use a frame by frame thing, but we'll go ahead and get started with that. So I got my bridge open. I've already previously done an animation, a circular animation with my photo for my Google Plus profile, as opposed to the cover. So anyway, I'm just going to open up this image here. This is an old photograph taken back before I was fired from my job at the casino. So anyway, what we're going to do is let's start off. I just want to get my face in here. So we'll open up our layers panel so we can kind of to keep track of what we're doing here. And that's F7. That's been around for a couple of years. F7 is a shortcut key for the layers panel. So what we're going to do is, with Photoshop, it's always suggested that if you're going to do any type of manipulation of photo, it's a good idea just to go ahead and copy your layer. And we'll close this one out for now, make it not visible. So what I did is, what I want to do a frame by frame animation, and I want to have several filters applied to each frame, and we're going to run that as just as a simple frame by frame animation. And so what we need to do, we need to make copies of this with the different filters on it. And what we're going to do here is we're going to start off by going to your, I believe the shortcut is U. Let's see, it is U. I'll go with this. Let's see if it's yeah, U. This is for your custom shapes. And you go down to your, just pull this tab out. Doggone it, it's not working. Oh, there we go. Click on it. Do the ellipse tool. And you put it about where you want it. I'm going to put it right there on my nose. And you just start dragging it out, and you hold down your Shift Alt, and it will drag out by the center. Now this is a shape, it's a vector, but we're going to convert this to a selection. So we're going to take a direct selection tool, this little black arrow, that is A, shortcut for that, and we're going to kind of center this thing up about like we want it. Alright, we're going to save this layer here, and then we go down to one of our first layers where we're going to do a cut out of this, and actually you go to this and you right click on your direct selection tool and you say make selection. Now you can feather the radius. I've got it at 0, and it's going to be a new selection. Alright, so then we go down to our first layer and we just hit the mask button there, and that will select out that portion. Now what I didn't do previously, I guess I want to do several filters on this, so we're going to copy this background a couple of times. We're going to say we're going to do it maybe, we'll have a total of 4 here. Alright, so now we still got our ellipse up here. We can hide this layer temporarily. You can go up and then go down to our second copy. First we go to make the selection by right clicking the arrow. I'm using a Wacom pen, so I believe it's a right click. So, alright, so we got our selection, and now we select the other layer we've copied. And what we're going to do, I'm going to go into Filter Gallery, and we're going to do some different filters. Let's see. Well, actually, what we'll do, we'll apply the mask first, and then we'll do the filter. Okay, now we can do our filter, and it says it wants me to convert for smart filters, so let's do that. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and go with the, whoop, it disappeared. I'm doing something wrong here. Okay, maybe I didn't have it visible. No, okay, I didn't have it visible, layer visible. That's important so you can see the filter you're going to apply. So you go to Filter Gallery, and with the ellipsis there, and that will tell you. Now one thing I want to point out, let's cancel this for a minute. When you apply a filter, you have to pay close attention to your foreground and background things here. you can toggle those with the X key, but you can see it's gray. Now I'm going to show you what happens when I apply this filter, and what it's going to do. I'm just going to take any old filter. Let's take the underpainting, and no, let's take the halftone. The halftone is the one I wanted to use, not the brush strokes. But you want to go down to your sketch, especially with the halftone pattern. Okay, you see that red tint? That is the foreground chip, because the foreground chip is red. So we're going to cancel that. We don't want that. So we're going to change our foreground chip to white, like so. Now this it doesn't apply to the underpainting, but apparently it only applies to the distortion. So we go back to our gallery, and say we want to do a halftone. That's under sketch. Now when we do a halftone pattern, it's just white. It's doesn't have that tint to it. So you can also look at fit in view, and you can see what it's going to do to my face. And you can adjust the contrast and the size here. So we're going to do that. So we're going to say OK on that. So now we've got this halftone pattern applied to this one. So next what we do is we go down and we go back to our ellipse, and we right click on it to make it a selection, like so. And then we go down to our next layer. We make that layer visible. So we got our selection. We can hide this one temporarily. And we can go in and apply our mask, and then go back and find another filter. We'll do an oil paint on this one. I think that'll be cool. We'll do the oil paint. We'll say OK. Alright, so we got the oil paint filter on this one. So we go back up to our selection, our ellipse, which is a vector at the time. Right click, make selection, and then we go down here and we hide this one, and we apply our mask. And now we go to our filter gallery. Oops, gotta make it visible, and do the filter gallery here, and we'll pick some other type of we'll do the glowing edges. And you can go down here and fit this in the view, see what it's going to do. And maybe we can change this up a little bit, make it look kind of a little more psychedelic. Maybe roughing down the smoothing, like so. So OK. And so now we have this filter on here. OK, so we can hide that one. Go back to our selection, right click to make selection on the ellipse. And then we go down to our next layer, make it visible, and we'll go ahead and put our mask on once again. And now it's visible, so we go to our filter gallery. Actually, what we're going to do, we'll do a little something different here. We'll go down to the image and make an adjustment, and we'll just do a photo filter on it. We'll use this warming filter right here, and it didn't do much, so we'll undo that. We'll do some other type of adjustment. Maybe we'll do a posterization. That's always kind of cool. Or let's see. Yeah, we'll do a posterize on it. We'll do it like that. We'll go down to 2 levels. And now we got that. So now to properly fit in the Google profile photo, it has to be 250 by 250. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go through here. We can make these all visible. We can apply all these masks just by right clicking. And apply the mask. Apply layer mask. And I tell you what, we'll make, well, we'll save this as a different file, so we won't affect the original photo. We'll apply that layer mask. And we can get rid of the ellipse. We don't need it anymore, so we can trace that. Layer ellipse. Uh-oh. Let's go back. We made a goof here. We need to apply this mask and apply that mask. Now we can get rid of the ellipse. Say yes to that. So now what we need to do, we need to make this 250 by 250. So we can go up into our, first we can trim it. Alright, we've trimmed everything right up to the edge. And now we can go to image size. And we'll make it 250 by 250. And we got it at 72 pixels per inch. Say OK. Now what we need to do next, we'll just, so it'll fit on our screen. This may make it a little low resolution. Could have done with a smart object, maybe taking a little bit of that out. But anyway, we're going to go to the next step. We're going to go up to Window, go to Timeline, and then you click right in there and you say Create Frame Animation, and then you go up here in that tab and say Make Frames from Layers, and then you go over here. Now by default it does it once, we want to do it forever, but we don't have the delay on each frame, so it's going to do it real quick, so like that. Now, so we can set a little delay. We'll do it 0.2 of a second, like so, and on each one. And so now we'll get this loop. That's going to do for now. And then you can save for web. You go up, you make sure you got GIF checked, and I use 256 colors. These are just preferences. I have the transparency clicked so you don't see that white in the back, or the square is real noticeable. And I got forever checked, and once again you can preview it again here before you save it for web. And then you go in and you save it, give it a name. I'm going to call this Me Animation 2, and I'm going to save it in this one, so it'll be saved as an animated GIF. Alright, and that's it. From there, all you have to do is you go to your folder there. Once you've done this, and you can go to the tab on your Google profile down there. It's a little icon appears. You change cover, and when you put it up there, it will snap right. It'll pretty much snap right in. It'll be you'll see some the JavaScript will have some little transformation corners you can pull, but this will fit. 250 by 250 is the size, and that will work on for your Google Plus profile animated cover. So thanks for watching, and have a good day. So we're going to call it This Is Good. Bye.